Hi! What's up, everybody? It's been a while. This time I can actually say that because it really has been a while. I hope everybody's doing well. We're still in 2020, so yeah, there's that. Hopefully I get this video up before the end of 2020. We'll see. Track record doesn't look too well on that. So anyway, I just wanted to finally sit down, do some makeup with you guys, just kind of chat about things. I don't even know what I haven't really thought this through too much. So this is kind of just off my head, like what comes to mind as I'm just kind of doing my makeup and playing around and catching up as well. Of course, I wanted to catch up on just a couple things. There's nothing really life-changing in my life. But anyway, if you want to see and chat with me and hang out, then keep on watching. I'm a little hot. Washed my hair today, so it's kind of wet. I know no one really cares about any of that. I just feel like I've been so awkward on camera lately. Like I just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like I might have lost it a little bit. Like just kind of, I don't know, lost a little bit of interest. Wanted to focus more on, you know, things going on in my life, of course. You know, nothing crazy, but I don't know, I've just been doing my own thing. And, you know, social media, where do I start? I've talked about this before, but social media can be a little bit toxic. So I've been using social media, of course, but I haven't really been, you know, super active on YouTube lately. And Instagram I've been pretty active on. I mean, pretty active, I guess. Say that loosely because it really hasn't been like all that. YouTube was just kind of like, my last couple of videos I just felt like I didn't have much personality in them, and I don't think anybody, I mean, you might have noticed, you might not have, but I don't know, I just felt like I was kind of like a little bit boring and didn't really have too much to say, and I don't know, I just lost some interest. And even just watching it in my spare time, I wasn't really doing that too much either. So if I'm not interested in watching videos, should I be recording them at that time? So I don't know, I did miss it. Like, it's not like I lost complete interest, but I just kind of was like, you know, I have this YouTube channel. I started it a few years ago. You know, I'm not giving up. I think it's just something where I'll just kind of hop on here and there. Like, it's kind of been that way since the beginning. Like, maybe the first 2 months was when I was on a more schedule. And now a lot of people actually have schedules these days anyway. But again, you all know this is not my main thing. I do have an actual like full-time job. So I know that's been like the same old tune I've been singing for a few years. But in case anyone was curious, I've been fine for the most part, just trying to get some other things done, which I'll go through like kind of what all has been going on exactly in my life. And this video is probably gonna be all over the place, and it's already starting in that way. So my hair's super long right now. Holy crap, I don't even know what's happening here. This is just a temporary bun because I'm hot. I've been debating if I wanted to do a colorful look because it's been so long, or if I just wanted to do a neutral look. Maybe I'll do a pink inner corner or something. I haven't done that in a while in real life. On YouTube I have. No. So we're going to start off with the neutral side. I'm going to play around with some colors, and then we're going to do a pop of color. So I'm not going to really, you know, explain exactly what shades I'm using, but this is the palette I am using at the moment. I want to give you an update on what's been going on with my house. So obviously we're still in COVID. That has made it a little bit difficult to get some stuff done. Obviously we wanted to redo the kitchen. We moved into this house knowing that the kitchen would be needing an update. It was old, there was no dishwasher, it was small, it looked worse than my apartment one. So we knew that we were going to be doing some, you know, renovations for that reason. We were super excited and eager to start. We did know there was a structural issue with the house, a slight one, like very minimal. The inspector had said that we would probably need to be fixing the structure within like 2 years of living here. We were like, okay, cool. And Pat was trying to tell me that we should probably do the structure first, but then, you know, I got really eager to start the kitchen because obviously, you know, the kitchen's the most important part of the house, okay? That's what I'm just trying to say. God, I can't like get my thoughts out of my brain. Really begged and pleaded that, you know, we should start the kitchen. And we started the kitchen demo. That took extremely long. You know, it was beginning of summer actually when this started initially. So we started the demo in June actually. It took a while to start. Obviously, I'm not super helpful when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, you know, I wasn't helping with the progress either. And it was hard because Pat, that's his busy season. And I'm working too. So it just, you know, didn't give us a lot of time and options there. So we're trying to save as much money as possible. So that's why we did this on our own. So finally, demo's done now. You know, one of Pat's cousins had said that we would need to get the structure fixed first. Shame on me for getting excited. So we were like, all right, well, we need to really get this done. And we decided to call a couple companies actually to come out and give us a quote. Now, again, it's COVID season, so things are backed up a little bit more than usual. So this one place came out, looked at what had to be done, and just straight up never called us back. So not really sure what that was about, kind of unprofessional in my mind. But listen, I've worked customer service for a very long time, and just thinking from like a business perspective, like, you know, if you can't do the job, just be honest. You know, what if we waited this whole time and, you know, we would have obviously called. But, you know, because of the way that they acted, we didn't call them back. We figured they didn't want to work with us, so that's fine. Like, you don't have our business ever. So then we finally called this other company that had really good reviews right in our area. They came out, and I was actually here for this one. I was actually upstairs working. And they sounded really cool, legit company. The job, they made it seem like it was super easy to do. We obviously really wanted to work with them. We were persistent. They took some time to get back to us, but they were busy. And the thing is, they didn't tell us that they were that busy, so we had no idea. Like, and finally, like, they came around and told us, like, this is why we've been working on this other project. And we're like, oh, okay, well, that's all you had to say. Thank you for finally telling us the reason. Now we can be patient. That took some time, over a month of that. They gave us a date that they were gonna come out, and it was gonna be the beginning of November. Because they were doing work in the basement, I was gonna have to have Molly kind of like hang with me, and I work up here. So I do my videos, I do my makeup up here. This is like the attic / bedroom. So I had to lock Molly up here with me while I was working. And the first day, she was a little not happy. Like, obviously I had her litter box up here. I had everything here. Day 2, I had off that day because it was a Saturday, and they were still working on everything, of course. And so this time I locked Molly upstairs, but I stayed downstairs because I'm like, why do I need to be upstairs? Like, doing what? Yeah, Molly wasn't too happy about that. So I could hear her like throwing a fit upstairs. I'm like, geez, what is going on? So hung out with her upstairs, and then she started violently throwing up. I should laugh, that's not funny, but like she really did start like really throwing up. I just thought she was, I mean, it looked like she was just getting herself sick. Like she was working herself up, and it just kept happening. And it was not like every 20 minutes, it was probably every couple hours. So I don't really know what it was, but finally a couple days passed by, she's still getting sick every few hours, not eating, not drinking. And then she started doing that thing where she distanced herself and just really wouldn't be near me or Pat. I take her to the vet the next day, actually, because that was the next time they had an appointment. And I could literally hear this cat screaming from the lobby area. Like, she doesn't really like strangers too much, and she was going off. Okay, so Wet n Wild had a crazy sale, so on Ulta.com. So I treated myself some stuff for Black Friday. It was super cheap. This is their eyeliner, so I really wanted to try that. Basically, they had to do x-rays and stuff. This story was taking forever. I'm so sorry. After the x-rays, they didn't see anything. They could tell she had an empty stomach. They gave her a couple shots to help with nausea. Oh. A little patchy looking, but it's fine. I could probably fix that. Shortly after that, she fell asleep, and then within days, she was back to her normal self. So I didn't have to bring her back because they said if she continued, I would obviously have to bring her back. That eyeliner wasn't that bad. It was a little skippy at some parts, so I had to kind of go back over it again. Back to the house situation. Obviously the job was done, took a few days, so we had to finally finish the demo. The person who's helping us do the actual like kitchen part is actually a family friend. He was already finishing up like another project, so we're just waiting for that to get started. I was gonna give you guys like a little bit of update with my acne situation. If you remember a few months ago, I was kind of explaining that I was starting a new acne routine. And it was actually one that was recommended by a dermatologist back when I went. And basically I'm using Differin. And Differin is a retinoid for some of you who don't really know what that is exactly. What a retinoid is, it helps anti-aging, helps with fine lines and wrinkles, and it helps with acne. I was already using a skincare routine that did include a retinol actually, which is a type of retinoid. I wanted to switch to Differin in particular because it's a little bit cheaper than what I was buying. Obviously it's been over a year since I quit Sephora. I wanted to switch to a routine that was a little bit more affordable for myself and at the same time effective. That's kind of what I've been using for about 6 months now. And obviously you've seen before I put my foundation on, you know, I still have some breakouts, but some of it is still scarred. And retinoids, and this product, Differin in particular, do have properties that help with fading of any kind of acne scars. So it addresses a few things. Like with any other skincare routine, it takes a while for everything to kind of come together. And I think my problem in the past was I would give up very quickly and start using something else. And that never really ends well, because once you start using a new product, when your skin is still kind of adjusting to another new product, your skin just results in a whole freak out. I was like, all right, I've got to stick to this and I got to continue using it. And I got to also develop other better habits as well. Obviously eating better helps. And I think my skin would be a lot better if I was doing that a little bit more often. Obviously, you know, it started off rough because again, my skin is reacting to something new and it was just adjusting to it, and it looked pretty bad. And that was when I started getting comments. Something I've been self-conscious about for so long, and you may have known this already, but I've had acne. I started developing acne when I was 14. And I didn't really think over 15 years later I would still be having this issue, but you guys have seen many, many different sides of my skin. You've seen it look really bad, you've seen it look good, and you've seen it look okay. Like, you've seen every side, and obviously I'm not self-conscious to the point where I don't want to show my face, but it does, you know, it's hard. Like, there are times where I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go on camera or take pictures today because of the way my skin is looking. Also, I'm almost 30, so I just don't want to hear it. I'm aware that my skin's not perfect, but you know what? A lot of people on the internet, they don't have perfect skin as they make it seem, because as we know, there's a lot of filters out there. A lot of people are starting to be a little bit more open about this too. And I think that's awesome. Like, you know, speak up about that kind of stuff, you know? It makes everybody feel a little bit more normal. So that was kind of part of the reason why I did start on YouTube, because at that time, if you remember, I was breaking out very bad. That was another point in my life when I went through a whole skincare change. I did actually learn a lot about skincare at Sephora, and it's helped me in the long run. I really did enjoy my time at Sephora, and I don't know if I ever mentioned, like, one of the big reasons why I wanted to leave Sephora. It wasn't because of Sephora, it was because I wanted to have a normal schedule. Like, I was tired of working that retail shift, and you guys all know how that is. And I'm actually a lot happier now. You know, mentally I'm in a better place. You know, retail just was really, really draining the life out of me, and I think a lot of people can kind of agree with that. I think eventually it was just breaking me down in the long run. And, you know, also I came from McDonald's before that, and so I did have a long time in customer service. Like, since I was 15, to be exact, was when I started. You know, I've been just doing the same thing for a while, and that's why I needed a change in my life. And, you know, part of the reason, again, that I don't want to say I took a break from YouTube, I just wasn't really in the mood to film, but I also got a different role at my new job. I was, again, trying to find something that, you know, I felt like I could excel a lot better in. So found a more suitable job for myself at my new job, and I'm a lot happier again. I feel like I'm starting to get back into better routines. Like, it's been a very slow process, of course, trying to, you know, also adjust to work from home life. And I know I keep talking about how, oh, I work from home, like, ooh, cool. I never saw myself ever having the opportunity to work from home. I mean, I thought that I would be working a retail type job for the rest of my life, because it was really, really hard for me to find another job that would take me on. It was really hard. Like, I applied to so many jobs over the years at Sephora, at McDonald's. Like, I'm like, all right, I just gotta find a job similar to what I do, but can get my, you know, my foot in the door at an office type place, and kind of how I ended up at the job that I'm at now. So, you know, it's been over a year since I've worked there, so now I can feel like I can finally compare jobs. Moral of the story is, if you feel stuck in some way, change something in your life. Finally, for the first time, trying a Hiiiii product. Like, I've had her lip products before. I didn't like them too much. So again, this Black Friday sale at Ulta, I got the translucent powder. I was just kind of curious about it. It was actually really, really cheap. Cute. Not a lot of product in here. This kind of looks like children's makeup in a way. I don't want to bash, because like I don't mind the Kardashians and the Jenners. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. So your girl's a little bit of a hypocrite. I decided that I wanted to give in a little bit and try out TikTok. And the reason why I didn't want to join it so much was because I felt like it's just another reason to get stuck on my phone. And I was just going to use it strictly for just watching videos, and there's actually some really cool, like, inspiring type videos, just like all across the board. Like, I got into cleaning TikTok, and I literally spent all one night after work just watching these cleaning TikToks. And the next day I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna clean my house. And, you know, I was like, wow, I can actually, you know, I should do this more often. But again, it's kind of difficult to do anything around the house right now with, you know, half of it in construction mode. So, you know, I felt really good. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I just cleaned the entire house. Like, that's all from TikTok. You know, I was watching all these videos, and I was like, I want to try to make my first TikTok. And that's exactly what I did. My first one I did was a really, really quick video of, I actually was using the Christy palette. That's all I've been using lately. Not the ColourPop one. I didn't feel like buying that one. I'm just trying to save my money. I'm sorry, Christy. I love you to death. But I went through a lot to get this pure one. And you all know what I'm talking about. Hopefully this pink is bright enough. It's very pigmented. I'm gonna have to blend it out a little bit, but did I say this? Maybe I didn't. I am trying to step off a little bit off of Facebook. My new name for Facebook is Toxic Book. And that's just the truth. Like, I don't know how else to explain it other than toxic. Facebook, back when it first came out, was when I was still in high school. So, you know, it started off with just college students, and then it started moving on to high school students like myself at the time. And then eventually the older generation joined it. The older generation gets on there and likes to voice their opinions in a very unwanted way. And, you know, obviously it's social media. It's a free country. But there's some things you can say on social media, and you can say it in a nice way. But there's also other things you can say on social media that comes off just completely the wrong way. And just seeing a lot of like people's opinions on certain political things, and just a lot of opinions that aren't really, and I've talked about this actually on my last video, I think it was, but not really credible sources. You know, people are getting their information from memes. I think it's dumb. And I get it. It's easy to believe certain stuff on social media, but at the same time, you have to also take it with a grain of salt, because you don't really know where it's coming from. Facebook became very, very toxic after a while. I could just delete the whole app altogether, but also I keep up with certain family members through there because some of them don't live around me. It's becoming just not enjoyable anymore, and I just don't really want much to do with that. Let me give you an example. Hold on. Let me give you another example here. So when we moved here, obviously there is a Facebook group page of my town. And of course I joined it. It's gone off the past couple weeks, like it's popped off. It just, what I started noticing was that page in general is extremely toxic and kind of explains everything that I just went over. Like, it just has a bunch of older people, and like this group is basically acknowledging that fact that there's a lot of people, a lot of older people with a lot of opinions that like to go on the page and just start wars. Like, I've never seen a bunch of grown adults act that type of way before. And I'm just like, wow, like there's some people who are very, very nice to each other on this page, but then there's some people who go on here and literally just go on there to start stuff with people. And it's pretty funny at times, but there's other times where I'm just like, all right, like, and I never go in there and say anything. Like, occasionally I'll, like, when there is a war going on, people will make funny comments, like, you know, in separate posts. And like the other day there was a big war over this restaurant, or this deli that is literally walking distance from my house. And I've gone there a few times. They're good. Like, you know, it's not like I have to eat it all the time. Like, it's good enough. Like, I like it, whatever. I don't hate it. This person went on there and just posted a picture of their chicken cheesesteak, and it didn't have like a lot of meat or something on it. I don't really know like exactly why she was extremely unhappy. She was just being a big baby basically. But she went on to talk shit on this place, and this just continued an entire like 3-day discussion. Like, people were just going back and forth in there. Like, some people were standing up for this deli, some people were going in on this deli, and it was just like a big war. And like, it just caused multiple posts being posted just everywhere at this point. And of course, like, Pat tells me, like, did you see like what was going down in the group today? And I'm just like, no, I didn't. And then I went on, I'm like, oh my god, this is so toxic. Like, this is why I don't want to be on Facebook in general. Just like, long story short, the owner came on. This is where it got really weird. And again, I worked at McDonald's for over 10, well, just about 10 years actually. Just seeing a post from an owner was a little bit weird to me, just the way that they were handling it, and kind of unprofessional. But at the same time, like, he was trying to stand up for his business. And again, I like this place, but I just thought as a business owner, it just kind of looks a little unprofessional on your part to be saying the things you were saying. It just was really funny to me, and I'm like, I am 2 seconds away from unjoining this group. But again, I like to know what's going on around here, so it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of just defined everything about the reason why I hate Facebook so much. So one thing I really did want to use so bad, and Alta, shame on you for sending me something like this. I just like saw the color of the highlighter everywhere in the bag, and I knew immediately that it was shattered. I can't use this today. I'll use another pinky highlighter. I'll just use another highlighter, just, I don't know, will look good. I kind of want it to be pink for my eye reason, but I'm gonna have to fix this sucker. And I wasn't gonna be like the type to go and return my shattered highlighter. Like, I obviously worked at Sephora. I know how to fix a shattered eyeshadow, a shattered highlighter, a shattered bronzer. Like, you can fix that easily just with alcohol. All right, I'll use my Christie lashes. These are extremely dramatic. These were actually the Lovely lashes, which were a little bit like a toned down one. But good lord, it doesn't look that way. I trimmed these before I went to a wedding, and I definitely really messed it up. So they may look a little wonky. Anyone know how to get glue out of their eyelashes, like the actual hair, without ruining them? Because I don't. Let me know in the comments. Oh, the wedding! I didn't even update you on the wedding. I booked my wedding 2 years in advance. The reason why we wanted to wait so long because we did want to have fall time 1 year. Like, we could have done it November 2020. It was just not enough time. Like, it just wasn't any time to prepare. Which highlighter have I not used in a very long time? Remember this one? This has a pinky shade in here I kind of wanted to use. You know, I'm going to mix it with crushed pearl. As far as wedding planning goes, I think I told you guys that I did end up with a DJ package that included videographer, photo booth, photographer, the DJ obviously, lights. So it's like, okay, what's next? Like, I'm booking extremely far in advance again because a lot of the 2020 weddings have been pushed off. So I wanted to make sure I got there at a good time. Just kind of hoping, you know, I don't really know much about if my wedding is gonna get pushed back at all. You know, my friend's helping me plan this all out, told me to take it just 3 months at a time, and you know, we're not gonna really know for sure until, you know, it gets closer to that point to see if we need to push anything back, or if we wanna, if we're still in the same situation we are at this exact moment, if I want to still have it with, you know, everybody wearing masks and stuff. So I'm not ready to make that kind of decision like at this exact moment, but it is something I have to keep in mind. But starting to look at some bridesmaid dresses, and I did get my wedding dress. I don't think I mentioned that, but I did get my wedding dress. Funny enough, I am not a dress wearer at all. So the fact that I was able to get a dress as quickly as I did, I wanted to look at like the traditional David's Bridal, because, hold on, let me get this mascara situation settled first. I want to do David's Bridal because that's what everybody does. And, you know, I was like, you know, even if I don't get my dress from here, at least I have an idea of what kind of dresses I like. The first dress I tried on, believe it or not, ended up being the dress. And every time I've gone dress shopping, it's been, the dress doesn't fit me right. I don't look right in it. This is too small. This part's too big. It's not fitting my shape correctly. Like, it's just a multiple store process. And, you know, I went in there not thinking I was gonna actually make the decision that day, but I tried on multiple dresses, and probably 4 total. I tried the one dress, the first one, twice just in case. Oh, real quick, I'm using, this is what I was looking forward to, the mascara. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara, and it's really meant for the bottom lashes, and I've been looking for something like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Something like the MAC sells one like this, but I just was sick of using the big chunky ones on the bottom. Yes. And it's waterproof. I also knew that that was the dress was because when I walked out, everybody had the same expression, and I'm like, I don't know if this is because this is the first dress I'm trying on, but I'm gonna say that everyone really likes this dress. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you the dress because, am I crazy? And it has pockets. What? Have you ever heard of that before in your life? Because I haven't. I was shocked. This is perfect because I'll actually remember to take pictures for once in my life, because every wedding I go to, I leave my phone in my purse, and I definitely want to take pictures. You know, we're gonna have a photographer too, so it's not like, but at least I'll have my phone on me. And you know, oh, this is Wet n Wild, their Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in Nudist Peach. I wanted to give their liquid lips a try here. Oh, she peachy. Oh God. Honestly, I was on a roll. I was like, I have not messed up. I've been good. Nothing looks bad. But then I did that. I'm not crazy about this color with this makeup look. It also makes my teeth look a little bit more yellow. It looks like a different color. But I'm hoping this lip gloss that I've dropped at least 14 times while filming, I'm hoping this will maybe neutralize it a little bit more. I don't want to ruin my nails because this is like my favorite nails I've had. Gorgeous, right? Sephora always makes it extremely difficult to open their products. When I used to make testers, I would get so mad, and like people would come up to me like, can you help me with this? And I'm like, I'll try. It's just our own brand makes it impossible to open our products. This is their lip gloss in Perfect Nude. Not really a big fan of this lipstick. Like, I'll save it, but that is not the color that I thought it was. And I feel like with this eye look, I might need something a little bit more neutral. So maybe I'll do 2 different. Maybe I'll use this by itself in a second. Oh God, ah, ow. I don't know how people do lip swatching videos, because like, this is tough. No, got it off for the most part. Let me go in with the setting spray I've been really loving lately. It's from NYX. It's the Dewy Finish. Probably in the summer I'll probably buy the matte version because I love this so much and it's fragrance free. And I really, really like it, but it's really actually affordable. Not a big fan of the size that this came in because I'm gonna go through this real quick. So I should have probably just ordered 2 bottles at this point. This is my favorite pencil of all time. I'm sorry, but Makeup Forever, this color, whatever, wherever, walnut. I'll always use this. Looks a little bit better. All right, let's try this again with the Sephora lip gloss. Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of that color. Look at that, that's pretty. See, this looks a lot more suitable. Oh my God, my freaking camera's dying. All right, well, this is the look. Thanks everybody for watching. My camera's gonna die in like 2 seconds, but oh God, do I want to charge it and redo this? But I don't know, but thank you everybody for watching. Please leave me comments, interact with me, follow me on social media, follow me on TikTok. I'm not gone forever, but I will be still doing my own schedule when I feel like it and I'm able to do this for sure. But thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next video. Deuces. No, I'm just kidding. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.